Are you a writer who doesn't finish your stories? Are you maybe a neurodivergent writer with ADHD and you struggle to finish stories, to finish novels? Maybe you've got a few lying around that you don't even remember. Hi, I'm Maia. I'm an author, I'm a developmental editor, and I'm a book coach. And today we're continuing our conversation about how to finish your writing. Because you could have so many ideas, but unless you finish them, you can't send them out to magazines, you can't get them read out somewhere at a reading, you can't get them published. So it always feels like you never really get to that point where you start to really reap the benefits of being a writer, which is reaching your audience and having that creative exchange. As we've been talking in my previous videos, a lot of the reasons for neurodivergent writers not finishing books is to do with how our brain works. It could be to do with executive dysfunction, it could be to do with how our motivation is. A lot of the tips that works for neurotypical writers won't necessarily work for us. One of the reasons that neurodivergent writers don't finish their writing is the hyper-focus that we experience, because we can be in hyper-focus, but then once we come out of it, it can be difficult to get back into it. So if you're somebody who enjoys the ritualistic side of writing, like for example, if you're autistic and you enjoy this kind of like getting up in the morning, getting a cup of coffee, sitting down, writing before anybody is up, or whatever way that you normally do it, if you have music that you listen to, or if you like to write in a certain notebook, when you have come out of that ritualistic streak and you're struggling to get back into a certain book and into a certain writing, it could really help if you get back into that same ritual. You're writing a certain book or a story and you are always writing in bed, and you always had a cup of coffee and like a specific snack, right? And maybe it was always in the afternoons. So maybe you wrote a chapter or two and then you had a bit of a burnout or something happened, or you had a hard week and you got out of that habit. In that case, to really motivate yourself, it could really help to get into the same exact circumstances. So get exactly the same coffee, get exactly the same snacks, get exactly the same atmosphere, and it could really get you into that hyper-focused state again. So of course this only works for writers who really enjoy that ritualistic part, and I'll be posting more tips and tricks on how to finish your stories, your novels, how to get them ready for publication. So follow so you don't miss anything.